Joan TV, the best.
I got the opportunity to meet 6 rich Ghanaian men, and I asked them this question: why are they not building factories for the youth of this country to get a job to do? These 6 rich businessmen burst into laughter as if I have said something funny. Then one said, the people shouting no food, no jobs are all thieves. The writer said, I said, really? I was shocked. And the man then went on. He said, I run a manufacturing business and trading business. He said, the biggest challenge in my manufacturing business is not electricity. It is not infrastructure. The biggest challenge is getting honest staff. Everyone we hire appears to be on a mission to steal as much as possible. They will inflate invoices, recording less than the actual number of units produced. The worst part of it all is that all the fraud we have uncovered is not done by a single person. It is usually many staff who collude with each other, from the production line to sales to finance and even to top management. The businessman said, there was a year I overhauled management 3 times. I now use Indian expatriate management, so competent, so honest, and so straightforward. I thought they were expensive at first, with all the visa fees, accommodation, house staff, but now that the losses due to staff theft have been reduced to a minimum and efficiency increased, the Indian management has turned out to be cheaper than the previous African Ghanaian management. Now all sensitive positions involving money go to Indians. Africans are only allowed in non-sensitive positions. This is what the businessman further said. I used to criticize indigenous African companies like Dangote Group that hire so many Indians when there are many unemployed Africans. But now I understand their painful decisions. He said, my biggest challenge in the trading business is the same. In other words, he has a trading shopping business, and he said it is getting honest staff. The form of trading occurs in open market and involves staff having access to huge sums of money running into few millions. I know how much I pay to security companies to provide the escort for the staff, not to prevent robbery, but to ensure that the staff will go straight to the bank and will not run away with the money. This money spent on security companies is even enough to be declared as profit. He said we have to spend a CCTV, biometric scanners, and other things that wouldn't be needed if the staff weren't looking for opportunity to steal. He said it got so bad at a point that my own criteria for employing a staff was no longer competence or certificate, but honesty. At least competence and skills can be learned, but once you are dishonest, you are dishonest. He said we always complain of the economy and how there are no jobs. I know people abroad who would have loved to set up job creating businesses in Ghana, but they can't because they can't get a trustworthy person to manage the business. He said, I know people in Ghana with so much money, they want to start factories and other job creating businesses, but they can't because they are occupied elsewhere and they can't get any trustworthy person to run the business. Instead of investing in the real sector and creating jobs, they would rather buy treasury bills and keep their money than opening a business to employ Ghanaians. He said Dangote can open a shop and businesses in every African country in this world, but the problem is that they can't find good people and honest people to manage. He said their biggest problem is top government officials, the dishonesty between government officials that is preventing Africa to become better. He says start a small farm, and they start a small poultry farm and they will steal the eggs. He said if they don't steal the eggs, they will intentionally kill the chicken and the fowls, and then they will ask you if they can take it home. Start an entertainment center or a game center, and then the money will go into the pockets of the workers. He said the day the sales will go very high, that is when the business owner is there himself. He said they forget that they are eating your money, but they are also eating their future. Buy a car and let somebody run it as a taxi, and then they will finish you. Start a restaurant and the people will take half of the foodstuffs into their house for food. He said even the small business shop, the small kiosk in town would find, people will still find a way to steal from the shop owners. The worst thing that happens is that they will make this code that that every person eats from where he works. They will justify the stealing. He said I usually say the reason most Ghanaians haven't stolen billions of money is that they haven't gotten the opportunity. How can a businessman say that he managed his company and the Ghanaians he employed were running down the company, and they would rather prefer Indians to be top managers? And these Indians are managers that they are honest, they are straightforward. The Indians are not Christians, but most companies in Africa have trusted them because they can run their companies very well. 70% of the population are Christians here in Ghana. 17% or 16% are Muslim. You put that together, over 92% of the people in Ghana are religious. So you ask yourself the question, what is the use of going to church? What is the use of their being religious? And yet Hindus who are not Christians are more straightforward and honest to sustain a business than the people who come to church on a Sunday. We are our own enemies. The businessman said, you wonder why there are no jobs? The people you meet them on the streets, if they are asking for job, you employ them today, tomorrow they will run your company down. You employ members from your church and they will destroy your business for you. We are the Judases, betraying one another. We are our own. We are.
Wow.